And so, now that we've found this 1 in a million stone, let's go and speak with Guthian to take on the level 77 main story quest entitled Have a Heart. Guthian is still reading from your miraculous find. I won't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you set it into the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? Of course I would. For 3 long years he believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him, you have my word. Thank you, Guthian, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. I agree. We need to sober some people up. Alright, so we've returned. Plus also, there's now a new side quest available for us, courtesy of Horthur. So, before we do anything else, why don't we go ahead and speak with him to take on his quest entitled A Vain Pursuit. Horthur is concerned about one of his fellow miners. Okay, so this is one of the chain quests, so we might as well get it started, but I want to see how Magnus reacts as well. Say, perhaps you could help me? How so? As you no doubt noticed, most of Twine's miners are Ronso. There is a still lad though, the only one of his kind in the whole town. His name's Key Sot, a bit of a loner. Always digging by himself in pieces where you'll be lucky to find a few lumps of coal, never mind gems and such. I often ask him why he doesn't mind the same spots as the rest of us, but he never gives me a proper answer. I dare say he would be more inclined to speak with an outsider though. If you could get the truth out of him and see if anything is the matter, it will put my mind at ease. Alright. We'll speak with this Key Sot, but first things first. Yeah. Hey, Magnus. And no, you're not telling us to leave again. We're back. What? Oh, it's you. If you come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy for me. I told you before it won't run, and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Yeah, cause now you're gonna listen to us. Your name is engraved on it along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus. From Agna. Yeah, that gets them like, what? Yeah, have a look. No. No, she couldn't have. Agna. Yeah, we found it, dude. I believe apology is in order. Take it. Do with it what you will. Are you certain? It would delay our plans, but... I said take it. It was you who found it. You who needs it. Look at that stone. All I can see is... And you're just going back. Please just leave me be. Yeah, it's all too much for him. I hope you'll be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Orianger? Could you link it to me there, Mike? Alright, let's go this way. Yeah, here we are. Orianger, we have what you need. Thou art returned, and with Leonine, it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been ready to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Jerk, Thaf, and Minfilia. At last we shall return time to the timeless, this sentinel of stone, that we may press on towards Nabaath Areng. There you go. Very good. Now, let us begin. Have at it, Orianger.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, do it, my man. Yeah, all ready to go. I see eyes, and it's moving around. Yeah. Welcome back to the real world there, Mr. Talos.
It's working! It's working!
It's alive! It's alive! Yeah, it's alive, Magnus.
Magnus!
Yeah, take a look.
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble?
Dude, someone really needs to get that bottle out of your hands. Wow, you did as I commanded.
This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, come on, Magnus. Pull yourself together here. Where are you going, Minfilia? Yeah, Minfilia, where do you think you're going? You wanted this to happen.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me.
You're thinking about this already? Jeez, you spent too much time around Magnus. Hopefully he hasn't gotten you into drinking.
I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone.
We need to change that.
Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
Yeah, we need to get you out of this mindset.
This is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose.
Which has been what she's been doing all along.
It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith. Have faith, and all will be well.
Yeah, and we overheard all of it. Go to her, or have you no words for her? Like, come on, Thancred. Out with it.
Not today.
Yeah. He'll probably leave us until it's too late. He'll probably leave this until it's too late. So, now that we finally got this working, meanwhile in the Crystarium, yeah, what's going on over there? Oh, the Exarch takes to notice that we've accomplished this. Who's in there with him? Who else? Who else?
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Which at this point is getting on the lines of Eternal.
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Areng. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time.
Can we put you to sleep permanently?
Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten.
Yeah, just come out with it.
Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing?
That's a good question. For once.
The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir.
You wound us all.
Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for his energies. And I'm not in the habit of pointing him at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of him, are you?
Why else would he drag us here?
You continue to fascinate me, Exarch.
Yeah, and if we're
But
lucky, we
tell
might
me,
actually know who he...
Who are you?
Oh, is he actually gonna tell him instead of us?
The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space.
You don't think so? And also, yeah, you're claiming to building this thing by yourself?
Much less in possession of his mortal flesh, not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well.
He has a hand everywhere. He's an Ascian, remember?
You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Why does it have to be unwritten?
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
But after that, not much else, right? Yeah. Please, at some point, let me throw the white aura sight at him. Oriange? Mine apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss. Which bringeth me to the question. How didst thou find Thancred during your search? Well, we can explain it to you this way. He spoke of Minfilia, of his own accord. I see. 'Tis well that he did and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercede. I regret I myself know all too well. In the end, he refused to heed my counsel. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now let us not tarry any longer. The Talos and Nabaath Areng await. Well, we're gonna have to wait a little while longer because we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the chain quest. Yeah, and it turns out Magnus will be continuing the main story, so let's go on ahead and speak with this Kisat. Wow, you are quite a blue-skinned boy there. Traveler, eh? What do you want with me? We asked to talk to you. Whoa. Lucky to find a couple of cups of coal. Is that what he said? Shows how much he knows. Yeah, sorry? You, on the other hand, might be a better audience for my master plan. Have you ever heard of an alloy called Nabaathium? It's strong, light, and resistant to heat and friction. It was one of the most valuable metals in Nabaath Areng, and a lot of their jewelry was made from the stuff. The trouble is, the techniques for mixing the alloy were lost to the flood. I've been looking for a way to make my own, and my search led me to a scroll that explains the methods, right down to the last detail. After having a historian decipher it, I learned that I lacked one vital ingredient, rutibite, and that is what I am digging for. You think it's somewhere around here? Short of venturing into the empty, my next best option is to look for a vein here in Areng. Of course, I'd stand a much better chance of finding one if I had help, but I'd rather not have to rely on anyone from around here. Which is why you're gonna ask me. Some of the Ronson miners take exception to the fact that I'm Estelle. They seem to think we're not built for this kind of work. When I find that rutibite, they will see how wrong they are. As we ponder over this. You know, this is the first time I've said more than about 2 words to anyone in a while, and I feel better for getting that off my chest. Once we accomplish that much, this might be a bit sudden, but I have an idea. How would you like to see the moment I finally unearth that vein of all? Is that I need someone there to act as a witness. Otherwise the others might think I bought a lump of it from somewhere, ludicrously expensive as it is, and I'm pretending to have dug it up myself. Will you do me this favor? You will? Thank you! Luckily I found the perfect spot for my next dig. If my miner's hunch is correct, their ore should be waiting just below the surface. It's in Nuvi's living, so I'll wait for you there. Alright then. Get myself a drink of water as he runs off. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's follow him. Yeah, it's crazy that I'm now at a maximum HP of 70,000. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that that's a thing now. We gotta go down to the south entrance. Pull ourselves up. And there we go. So into the cave once again. Or the mine specifically, and uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like he's already found trouble. Better do something about it. Yeah, hey Mo. I do realize that I have a huge mole on my face. Where? I also recognize the irony that I am myself a mole. Whoa! Yeah, shoot a little light into there. Ah, there's right in thrust. Get it for 24k. Hey, Key. Yeah, you need a hand? Oh, I'm glad that's over. How am I supposed to concentrate on while I work with all of these creatures disturbing me? I don't know. You certainly know how to handle yourself, though. That fiend never stood a chance. But I dread to think what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. Hopefully nothing else will try to get between me and my dream. Many thanks, my friend. And so we get the Aether current from him, from the quest. And so now there's only one of those left, and 3 that still need to be found out in the field. So let's go ahead and speak with Kisat for our next of the chain quest, entitled Tunnel Vision. Kisat is ready to swing his pickaxe in the hopes of finding Rudabite. It's time to continue digging for Rudabite. In case you were wondering, Rutub is another name for a ripe date, and the ore has a similar color and sheen to it. Of course, you'll be seeing it for yourself soon enough. Well then, let's follow him. So yeah, we can hear him hacking away. Oh, 58130 of them. I don't believe it. And I was so sure. There's only one other place I can think of, but I'd be a fool to go there alone. Found any good pebbles? Or maybe a bit of cave moss? Yeah, the rivals are here. A trio of Ronso / Rothgar. Piss off, I'm not in the bloody mood! Temper, temper. Perhaps the mines aren't the place for a Mistel like you. Why don't you go and join the rest of your kind in Colusia? You've embarrassed yourself enough as it is. Yeah, so they walk off. We seem to have issues with the Mistel that we run into. What a bunch of pricks. I guess that's the best way you can describe them. It's the same bigoted nonsense day in, day out. Anyway, I'm sorry you had to see that. Yeah, don't worry about me. I had it to buck teeth with them. They're always harping on how about the best miners are all Ronso and how none of the other races can compete, particularly the Mistel. It probably has something to do with the fact that most of the Talos masters were Mistel and the whole of Amarang fell into the doldrums after they left. And so, can we prove them wrong? Of course, only a half-wit would hold a grudge against an entire race because of the actions of few individuals. But I'm not prepared to just take it on the chin. When I make a killing for the Rootbite, I find that'll wipe those smug grins off their faces. There's one more place I'd like to try. It'll probably be lousy with vicious creatures, but if that's what it takes, so be it. I could do with someone to watch my back while I'm digging, though. Since it's so handily disposed of the last thing that tried to eat me, perhaps you wouldn't mind coming along? Of course. Fine, let's get this over with. No, count me in. If all goes according to plan, we won't be there for long. Fame and fortune, here I come! So, off he runs. And off we go. So as we go deeper into the mine... Hello there, Key. Alright, it's time to get to work. If you keep watch over there, I'll get on with the digging. Alright, so... yeah, just gotta stand over here. And as he hacks away, we'll make sure that he stays safe. Oh, hey, Elizabeth logged on. Awesome. Where are those bats? Here they are. Come on over. Give it everything we got. And there we go. Any luck, Key? Well, that sounded like quite the tussle. Thank you for saving me from whatever man of ghastly cave dweller that was. First of all, I think I finally found what I've been looking for. It's a bit too dark in here to tell whether this is really Rootabite, but it seems to be the right color. I best have an expert take a look at it since I've never seen the real thing before. Until then, I'll try not to get my hopes up. Alright. So we'll go ahead and move on now to our next quest entitled Two Tails Are Better Than One. Ki Sat needs an expert to inspect the fruits of his labor. There's not much point standing around here, so let's head back to Twine and get this all looked at. Of course, it takes more than a glance with the naked eye to tell if it's Rootabite or not. There are all sorts of tests that need to be carried out. I'll go on ahead. It might take a while, so come and find me in Twine a little later on. Right, so back there we go. And so, upon our return... Isabel, if you're still watching, do you know the spot that this Dreary guy wants us to go on this particular quest? He wants us to go to a specific spot, but I don't know where it is. If you can look that up for me, that would be very helpful. So let's get back over to Key. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is it's definitely Rootabite. The bad news is there are far too many impurities. I won't be making any Nabaathium from this, that much is certain. It's also highly unlikely that anything mined here, there will be a better quality. I'm sorry that I dragged you all the way into the mines for something so disappointing. This is hardly the historic moment I had envisioned. I think it's time to accept that there's no vein of pure Rootabite and that I'm chasing something that was never there to begin with. He's lost his sight of his dream, but we need to rally the poor guy. Yeah, let's give him a hand here. What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to cheer me up. I suppose that I shouldn't give up because of a small setback like this. Perhaps I need to rethink my approach. I'd have a much better chance of finding Rootabite if I had a lead of some sort, but who should I ask? Arthur springs to mind, or you should speak with the other miners. Yeah, how about the guy who started us out? See, I don't think he wants to speak with his rivals. Yes, that might be worth a try. He's always treated me fairly, unlike most of the other Ronsu around here. But I expect that he has the same opinion of Mistel as the rest of them. What makes you say that? What? Arthur's the reason you spoke to me in the first place? Perhaps he's not so bad after all. But until now, I've always given him the cold shoulder, so I'll feel a bit of a fool for asking for his help. I'll just have to swallow my pride. I can't give up on my dream because I'm too stubborn to seek advice. The trouble is, I don't have much of a rapport with him, so maybe you could speak with him first, just so that it's not completely out of the blue. Alright then. Thanks. I think I see him over there now. So yeah, let's go ahead and reunite with them. Alright, back over to Horther. Oh, it's good to see the two of you getting along. What's that supposed to mean? It makes a change from seeing you moping around by yourself is all. Now, what can I do for the pair of you? Yeah, tell him. Well, actually, we'll tell him on his behalf first, that's right. Rutabyte, hey? It's been a while since I heard that word. I've never come across a vein myself, but I know of a place that might be worth a look. You two? Where? My grandsire once spoke of a mine where a disastrous cave-in occurred over 100 years ago. There had probably been an attempt to reopen it were it not for the flood, and it ended up being abandoned. But if the stories I heard are true, there's a vein of Rutabyte buried under all that rubble. That's quite the tale. I'm sure your Ronso brethren would be less than pleased that you imparted all this knowledge to Mistel, though. Do you know why this town is called Twine? It comes from the idea of two tales entwined. One of the Ronso, the other of the Mistel. Quite a clever name, don't you think? Both races work together to build this place, though some of you younglings seem to have forgotten this. Kisot, as the last remaining Mistel in Twine, you have an important role to play in the future of this settlement. Yeah, that's right. But first things first, you have a Rutabyte vein to find. Go through the Dragging Tail and take the first left. But be warned, those tunnels are extremely dangerous and there is a high risk of collapse. Thank you, Horther. If it's not too much to ask, I'd like you to watch my back again. I'll wait for you outside. Alright, so... we actually have to go out of the town first before we embark on our next expedition. So let's reunite with Key. That was the first I'd heard of the Ronso and Mistel founding Twine together. Probably because I never bothered to learn about our history. This whole time I've been trying to outdo those Ronso louts, thinking that I'd eventually find a Rutabyte vein through sheer determination. Of course, mining's not that simple. Knowing where to dig is everything. Speaking of which, let's see where Rother's trail leads us. Yes indeed. So let's go ahead and take on the final part of this chain quest entitled The Rutabyte at the End of the Tunnel. Kisot is ready to make his way into the darkest depths of the Dragging Tail. According to Horther, it's in the Dragging Tail, first left. Now's as good a time as any, let's be off. Yes indeed, let's go. And play it safe on the tracks. Yeah, as we see the Talos is all primed and ready to go, but we gotta focus on ourselves first. And helping out Key with possibly making a groundbreaking discovery. Alright, let's jump over. Let's see how long I can ride this. Oh, that works, but not that much. Then we will go on inside. So into the Dragging Tail, which is the shortcut back over towards Sook. And you said the first left, so that is where we will go. Alright, so we made it. This must be the place. The tunnels don't seem to be in such a bad state considering there was once a cave-in nearby. The old section of the mine is past those wooden boards, but it's all fallen rubble now. If Horther's story holds true, there should be a vein of Rootabite on the other side, although I won't be attempting to reopen the tunnel all by myself. What I can do, though, is try cracking into a few of these rocks to see if they contain Rootabite. I'll need to keep an eye out for danger, though. Yes, indeed. Thanks, hopefully it won't come to that. Anyway, I better get to work. Alright, we'll chill out for a while. As Key does what he needs to do. And we'll be ready. There's no sign of danger. You best continue to stay in guard while he goes about his work. Well, that's good. But we have to keep waiting. And we gotta wait a little while longer. And we have purple smoke, the telltale sign of an enemy. Yeah, so far, nothing yet, but that could change on number 3. There it is! Yeah. I'll take you on. Bring it. Yeah, you're not the kind of thing that gave us the Leonine we needed, but we'll kill you all the same. Yeah, spin through, 2-wing thrust, and back at it. And spin through to victory. Alright, what have you come up with, Key? Oh, did something try to attack us? Sorry, I was too engrossed in my digging to notice. Well, it sure took its sweet time to get to us. But thanks to you, I was able to concentrate on the task at hand and even found something that might be Rootabite. After the last time, I know better than to start jumping for joy until I've had someone look at it. I'll see you back in Twine. And so off we go to complete the quest. Time to put the last link on this chain. Alright, and we've returned. And so back over to Key. So now it's time for us to have the moment of truth. There's good news, and even better news. The good news is it is Rootabite. The even better news is, it's almost entirely free of impurities. Finally, I can start making my own Nabaathium. Yeah, he's absolutely excited and elated, and we're proud of him for doing that. Meanwhile, hey you three. What's this? Has the little Mistel lad actually found himself something worth a gill or two? At this rate, you might even be able to buy yourself a decent pickaxe instead of that rusty piece of scrap you insist on carrying around. Yeah, you guys are just like the Ransu who taunted Kimari in 10. For your information, I've found a vein of Rootabite which can be used to produce the Nabaathium. Like, what? You found what? Yeah, we can show it to you if you want. Not bad for a Mistel, eh? I'll admit Shinji and Horther played no small part. Why would Horther help you? Because he wanted to? Never you mind. The point is, this is just a sample of what's in the collapsed section of the Dragon Tail. But I'll not pretend that I can clear out the tunnels by myself. Which is why, if I'm to get anywhere, I'll need the help of other miners of Twine. And that includes you lot. Just like in the days before the flood, Mistel and Ronso must work together as our ancestors did when they built the first settlement here. What do you say? Will you help me? You gotta think about it. So you stumble across one lump of rudabite and all of a sudden you're the god's gift to mining? Ha! If I thought you were spinning us a yarn, I'd have put you on your arse by now. But the fact you'd ask us of all people for help means you must be serious. I am. Alright, we'll do things your way. Yeah, that sounds like success to me. Good, you'll soon see what we Mistel are capable of, and once Twine starts producing its own Nabaathium, we'll be making Gil hand over fist. Yeah, definitely got some good results here. Yeah, we haven't taken time to laugh about it. But yeah, where's Horther in all this? Yeah, I was wondering like, when are you gonna come in? But nope, he'd rather walk off. I can't believe this is happening. Shinji, I wish there was more I could do to express my thanks. I'll make something of this town, you wait and see. And we wish you the best of luck. Come on, you lot, to the Dragon Tail! You heard him, lads! And so we'll take our experience skill plus some 409 bracelets. I was wondering where we would see those. And off they go.